Shantyboat Deluxe Retreat, designed especially for Motor Boating magazine by William Atkin, July 1943. My loyal and good shipmate Allison MacGyver of Benbow days, as described in the book Three Little Cruising Yachts, and I used to spend a lot of time winter nights and days riding around the waterfronts of many and sundry Long Island towns and villages in quest of that elusive small boat that might be described as the ultimate. Despite the burning up of great quantities of gasoline and rubber, we never found that craft. However, we found, by the light of the moon and her lighted windows, a tiny houseboat. It was hauled a little above high water mark. This one was in a delightful and secluded cove, not too far from the main highway, yet not so near as to be the visiting spot of all the thousands speeding east and west along the turnpike. There was no snow, but it was a cold night, and now and then glowing sparks would fly from the little boat's stovepipe and fade away into the darkness. A skiff, upside down and covered with thatch to keep the moisture in her bottom boards, some long poles, a wood pile, and a toolbox with hinged, slanting lid stood nearby. And up the bank 100 feet or so, a cleared space for a garden and a coop for fowl. We could hear the hens gossiping amongst themselves on the roosts inside. A miniature rudder grange, we thought, the ultimate for some very practical and sensible man. Painted on boards each side was the name Retreat, so we did not intrude upon the occupant's little castle. A man has a right to be alone. We often looked into the cove, but always at night. Night lends enchantment to many things, not least of which are little houseboats hauled up on the beach in delightful secluded coves. My shipmate Allison always wanted a tiny houseboat like the one an unknown owner had christened Retreat. He felt a boat of this type would solve all his living problems, and it would have then. So we tried to visualize an interior adapted to the comfort of one man, but only the drawings resulted. Nor were these the equal of the cabin arrangement shown in the drawings I've just made for Motor Boating magazine, which I've given the name Retreat. In these days of scarce and difficult to find houses and rooms, such a craft as shown here would fill a very real need. Everything with a roof, and the latter not always watertight, is filled to overcrowding whenever war work is being produced. After a long, throbbing day surrounded by noise, a little boat like Retreat, edged by sedge grass and water, would be the ultimate indeed.